Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It doesn't cost anything, all right? And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know, all right? Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And well, we've got a Knight of Swords. It's always interesting when we begin with a court card, right? A Knight of Swords. Let's see, is there a message coming in? Is there some communication headed your way that seems rather urgent? Let's see. We've got 5 of Wands. Hanged Man. We've got the Princess. Got the 3 of Discs. 4 of Cups. Oh, Empress energy. Princess of Cups. 2 of Pentacles and a Prince of Wands. Interesting. Interesting here. It seems that fire is what is needed right now. It seems that we need this fire that we've got here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we are just going to set it aside over here. We'll put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. Now, we are not going to look at that card until the very end. All right? It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. All right? And if you have an idea of what that card is, I want you to put your prediction in the comment section. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right? Let's look around here. We've got Major and Major. We've got the Hanged Man and the Empress, these two. We do have our fire. That's good. A little bit of water. We got our air. And we've got our earth. It seems quite balanced, right? It seems quite balanced. It seems like there is a little bit of a heaviness, though. When we look at some of these colors and just the feeling, the vibe that we get, it's kind of one of cold heaviness. But of course, we've got our fire, though, right? We need that heat. I think this is a time in your life where we really need to bring this heat and this intensity. Okay. Let's start with this one, the Knight of Swords, right? Could be an air sign person in your life. I almost feel that someone is reaching out to you, and reaching out to you in a way that says, hey, get your stuff, we got to go. You know, like with this urgent opportunity. And I almost feel like it's very, when you're, when you're just at home in your pajamas, right, and everything, you're just thinking you're having a lazy day. But then suddenly someone calls you up and has this big urgent thing that needs you. And you've got to quickly just grab your stuff and put on some clean clothes and head out the door. Kind of feels like that, because there's all this cold, heavy, lazy kind of energy. The Hanged Man here, right, just being lazy. And then we've got this fire energy. Then this even is fire of air. So this is kind of like a messenger that's bringing this fire. And maybe this is an opportunity that really is going to enliven you, revitalize you, right? This might be somebody that is heralding in the next chapter of your life, right? Just when we thought we were kind of settled, this was going to be a lazy Sunday, I could just watch TV in my pajamas. No, here's this fire, here's this opportunity. Here's the next chapter for you, right? So I don't know if this is literally an air sign person, if this is some kind of a message that's coming in, if this, and it might not be a specific person that's like coming to your house, knocking on your door and saying, let's go. But this is the communication from the universe that your next chapter is here. that it's time to begin. It's time to kind of to finish writing this one so that you can move on to that next one. And I think that's the Five of Wands here. This is the fire. This is feeling suddenly you're just you're having like a Hulk moment. You're just you're swelling with energy and with power. Right? You're ready. You're ambitious. We're awakening again. Yeah, from this kind of cold. Seems like a different energy, right? And maybe this is very good energy. Maybe this water energy, even though we don't have a ton of water, but we've got the Hanged Man, which is us kind of sinking deeper into the water, getting more and more comfortable with this Four of Cups that we have. We got the Princess of Cups. We have a decent amount of water, right? And then of course we have this fire and air with these two. So whatever we're emerging from, it feels like we had this. You ever seen The Burbs? Tom Hanks, right? He's taken a few days off from work. He's got his robe on. He just wants to have some lazy days, and drink his coffee and just kind of mosey around. And then there's the new neighbors, right? And then there are his friends from the neighborhood. And by the end of the movie, Tom Hanks is not just the kind of lazy person with his day off and just wants to kind of hang out around the house. No, he's the one that's like emerging from the fire of the burning building at the end of the movie and solving the mystery and all that. It's a really good movie. One of my favorite movies, actually. I kind of feel like this. I kind of feel like maybe we're ready for a little bit of a time off, a little bit of a rest and a relax. But no, it's time to now move into this fire energy. It's time to get involved in something new. Okay? It's time to really it's time to harness your creativity and this power and this energy. Yeah, it's time to reach out for what's coming next. Yeah. It's a time for action and activity and awareness and consciousness and creativity. It's no longer a time for this Four of Cups, right? And the Four of Cups is kind of just, this is like one alternative. You could stay where you are. It's safe. It's sound. It's good. It's okay, right? To stay here where you are. There's no progress in this card. This is just, it's idling. Your engine's idling. Your boat is idling. There's nothing really going on. And this card is just kind of waiting for you to activate. Four of Cups. It's not bad. It's familiar. It feels secure. Kind of feels like home, and this is kind of, this is us sitting on the couch just watching TV in our bathrobe. It's a very nice thing to do. I love doing that. And that's one way that you could go, right? And we can do that. The other option is this Prince of Wands. We could really get up and take charge and express ourselves and get active, right? Get active. And maybe it's that simple. Maybe it's just this time of year makes us all kind of feel like slowing down. All of these cards to me feel like things are just kind of slowing down. But then we got this fire that says, no, don't slow down. Let's go. Let's figure out our next activity. Maybe you just finished a big project. Maybe it's time to relax for a while. Yeah. But now, moving forward, we need something else to do. And I wonder if that is the case. We have the Three of Pentacles here at the top of the path of the dove. So this could be, that you really do understand the cycles of rest and creativity that you have, of inertia and momentum. And maybe you're coming off of a cycle of intense activity, and you've been kind of resting, recuperating, right? You've been in more introspective kind of attitude, And maybe you understand your own cycles. So you know that when the timing is right, Spirit will send you a message. And that will prompt you to switch into the active mode again. Does that make sense? And that could be really what this is. This is a prompting from the universe. This is your ability to pick up on those signs and synchronicities that tell you when it's time to start the next chapter, right? It's time to initiate action again. In the past position, or what is behind us, we've got the Princess of Swords. I feel like this was you finishing up the last round, right? It goes Knight, Queen, Prince, and Princess. We have the Princess here, and then we move right into the Knight. The cycle starts over again with the Knight. Okay, so I think that this is really here to say that, look, you've just completed one, big round of activity, and now since this is air energy, maybe it is literally like writing a book or something, or producing something, right? Because there is this idea of communication or of thinking, of intellect, right? Something to do with relationships, or I don't know, something along those lines. Could be some community work, community organization, something. Okay. But I almost feel like you've completed one round of it. And now we're just waiting for the message to come in that it's time to begin the cycle again. Okay? And because we have the Hanged Man underneath everything, this might be something to do with health. This might have something to do with physical health, mental health, emotional health, and well-being. Okay? It could have something to do with some kind of psychotherapy or work with the unconscious. This is a lot of water energy to be kind of down in, especially, this is water energy underneath everything. This is the unconscious of the unconscious down here. A lot of depth here with the Hanged Man. So there's some sort of internal transformation taking place too with you. Now, the Hanged Man is usually a card that talks about suffering and sacrifice, but it is really, it's our ability to change. It's us knowing what we have to let go of to allow change to take place. Okay? So we're letting go of a lot of, I think, emotional weight, emotional baggage with the Hanged Man here. Kind of stripping ourselves down to the bare essentials, right? So you're doing some kind of spiritual or psychological depth work here, some psychoanalysis, something like that. Okay. So I think it does really require periods of rest and then periods of activity. It needs to happen in these kinds of cycles, right? And I think you're about ready to begin the next one. I think the next chapter is here. We're going to move to the path of the serpent now, and as I do that, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free, all right? Hit the like button. Leave a comment for me. I love reading the comments. Okay, Empress energy. Perhaps the Empress and the Hanged Man is here because it is about healing. And maybe this is you healing others, but also healing yourself at the same time. Maybe you're a caregiver. Maybe you're in some sort of, medical training, doctor, nurse, medical assistant, EMT, some kind of therapy, right? Spiritual healing, mental, emotional, or physical healing, right? Because we kind of see, we see a lot of caregivers, a lot of healing, a lot of that kind of work with these two cards individually. But now we got them together as at the bottom of each path, right? So these two cards are a big part of you. So in some way you are healing yourself, but also healing others, right? And that might not make sense right away. You might have to think about how that is true for you. For some of you, I can see you shaking your head right now. Yep. And if this is some kind of education related to that, it's kind of going in these cycles of continued education. We got the air energy here, so the learning aspect would be harmonious with this. It's a different round of something, right? Starting the next cycle of things. And it has to do with healing in some way. This is a little bit mysterious to me, and I'm rather intrigued by this. Looking at the next card, the Princess of Cups. This is your ability to see the signs. And I think that the next phase, because see, we have princesses here, right? And it's the end of the cycle. Well, the end of the cycle, as we know, is also the beginning of the next one. Okay? So the princess is both the end and the beginning. And the reason we have the Princess of Cups in the position of your environment is because you are perceptive, you are receptive to the messages, to the signs and symbols that are prompting you to begin the next cycle. Maybe there's an internal spiritual prompting. Maybe it's just the class schedule. It starts in a couple weeks and you're going to have to read the sign and start your next round of classes or the next round of healing or whatever exactly this is. See, there's an internal and an external component. And this card's also talking about your ultimate goals and dreams. You know, this is kind of talking about the reason why you're out here doing all this anyway. And especially when we think of the Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups, yeah, it sounds nice. I just want to sit in my robe on the couch and watch TV. Right? Something is urging you. Something is prompting you. Not only that, hey, it's time for the next round, but there's a reason why you're on this cycle anyway, right? And this goes pretty deep. This is your dream. This is your kind of ultimate wish for your life. These are, maybe we can say hopes and dreams here. Your ultimate fantasy. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Right? What is it all for? Why is it that you're enduring these cycles? Right? What is the reason? What is it that's going to get you off the couch and away from the TV to go and do this next one, right? Because this is your dream. Because this is your destiny. This is your purpose in life. Okay? Now, we see a Two of Pentacles here, and this is the position of what we don't want. This is the position of difficulty. It's always the most difficult part of the day, kind of getting out of bed, right? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, and that first step is the biggest and the most difficult step, and that's what the Two of Pentacles is. Going from where you are, going from a Four of Cups to a 5, a 4 to a 5, right? We've got the 5 of Wands. That is the biggest step and the most difficult, all right? And that's why this is in the position of difficulty, right? You've got to I know it's difficult. I know it feels sometimes like you can't take that first step, but you can. You need to summon the power and energy within you and start. Okay? And once you get going, here with the Prince of Wands, once you get going, it's going to get easier. This is like cruise control. This is fixed fire energy. This is an energy level that maybe it's down here now, and as soon as you take that first step, it's going to shoot way up. And the Prince of Wands keeps that energy level steady, right? Keeps it steady because it's fixed fire energy. Okay? We just have to get over the hump. We've got to get over that first. We've got to come up to speed first. Then you hit that cruise control button and smooth sailing, right? Smooth sailing. Well, let's look at the mystery card. I want to see what this next chapter is for you. I know it's going to be intense. I know it's going to be active. I know we're going from a restful state to an active state, but is there anything more to it? Let's take a look at the mystery card now. This is the point of the reading where I'll ask you to put your predictions down in the comments section. What do you think this card is? I almost wonder if it's going to be it could be another Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is a card about change. It could be the Moon. The Moon card is, well, that would be your power card for one thing, and that'd be a card about change. right? About going from one state to another, going from inactivity to activity, from rest to motion, from water to the fire. Could be the death card, right? Could be the death card, showing that this is part of a larger process. It does come in cycles. There is a lot of letting go and then pulling in, right? A lot of death and a lot of rebirth. And the Hanged Man, too, would harmonize with that because of that kind of the death aspect of it. Not literal death or dying, but the allowing things to complete their cycle and then allowing new cycles to begin, right? I don't think the death energy, though. It could be the Eon card or Judgment card. That's another card about change, right? Most of the cards are about change. I'm going to say it's either the Eon or it's going to be the Moon card, your power card. Right? Let's see what we have. Yeah, it's the Moon card. It's your power card. This is you. And this is you right on the cusp of that next chapter, right? And it could be here because the Moon always the Moon says that you're on the threshold of a big change, but we don't know exactly what that's going to be. We don't know what is in the future yet. It's you won't know till you get there sort of energy, And I think that's why we need the fire energy here, because it's much easier to stay where we are. If you don't know what's on the other side of the door, but you've got some general safety and comfort here, why would you move? Why would you leave? That's why we need the fire. It takes a lot to get once a body is at rest, it stays at rest until it's acted upon by a force. And that force is the 5. And that force is your willpower to get up and say, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to go for another round. It's like a boxer or fighter in a ring. The 2 minutes in between rounds, or whatever it is nice. That's a nice rest. I don't know what the next round's going to be. Why wouldn't I would just stay here in my corner. But it takes an act of will to get up and go back into the middle of the ring and keep fighting, keep working, keep this active energy up. Yeah. So maybe this is a card that says keep fighting. Right? That you can take a rest, you can sit and get some water, get some Vaseline on your eye or whatever they do for a couple minutes. But then you've got to bring the fire again. Interesting. Well, this is your power card. So take this as a sign that says you can do it. You need to do it. It is your destiny. You will do it. The 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is the willpower. This is your ability to, no matter how tired you are, to always be able to reach out and grasp what you need. Right? It's the will. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, Pisces, click on the link in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Pisces, but for all signs. You can cross-watch, check your other placements, sun, moon, rising sign. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It is free. New Pisces readings Mondays and Thursdays, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.